Hi and welcome friends. If you're new here, my name's Tiffany and I'm the International Witch. This week is getting closer to the new moon. And every new moon I like to cleanse and clean my space so that I can have something. Yeah. Fuck. This week is the new moon, and each new moon I like to clean so that I have a fresh, clean space. Fuck, what is the word I'm looking for? This week is the new moon, so I'm taking some time today to clean the house so I'll have a fresh, empty slate for the next month. I think it's important to use this energy of the new moon because, let's be honest, none of us like to clean. Now, I know that there are exceptions to every rule. Y'all are freaks. But most people don't like to clean. So I feel that I actually achieve more when I have a goal. And my goal is to have a fresh, clean space for the new month. With a fresh, clean slate, you're able to introduce new ideas and new altars. So today I'm going to be cleaning up my kitchen, but I'm also going to take you guys along with me whenever I make my new kitchen altar. Now, you don't have to be a kitchen witch to make a kitchen altar. You don't even have to like to cook. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm making one. I hate cooking. But I want to remind myself at how blessed and lucky I am to be able to cook, to be able to do the dishes, because that means I have food. That means that I'm very well taken care of. And I want a place where I can remind myself daily, every time I walk into that room, that I am blessed, that I have more than my ancestors had before me. So first things first, we gotta clean. I had to remove the audio from this area because, of course, the YouTube gods will censor me for playing music in the background. But one of the key things that I like to do when I'm cleaning up the house is to crank my favorite music all the way up. And let's just say I got some Lizzo on this playlist, so I'm getting down with my bad self. No judging my dancing. I'm all alone in the house, so I dance for myself. Thank you very much. I know someone's going to make a comment about me using such a strong chemical such as Lysol, but y'all, this is my kitchen. This is where I make food. I am not going to play with germs and diseases. So I'll use more organic cleaners on the floors and everywhere else in my house and on a daily basis. But for my once a month hardcore cleaning, I'm bringing out the big guns. After cleaning the space, I'm using incense to smoke cleanse the area, and you'll notice that I have the window open. It's very important when you're cleansing to have a window or door open so that the negative energies have a place to get out. Otherwise, they're just going to be playing parkour around your home.
Parkour! Michael, parkour!
One thing that even a broom closet witch can bring into her kitchen witch altar is herbs. You can surround yourself with them for both cooking purposes and also to bring the outside in. This lovely trivet I actually got from my friend Elise over at the Kitsch Witch. I'll make sure to leave a link for her below. I always try to support local witches when I can. Tell me I'm not the only one. I hate doing the dishes so much that when I get to this point, it's like 99% done. I'll say, fuck it, it's good enough. Okay, now that the kitchen has been cleaned and cleansed, it's time for the fun part. Now, I have to decide in this tiny little kitchen where I want to put my altar. And there's very limited areas. And the reason why this kitchen is so small is it's actually very typical of an Italian kitchen. As an American growing up thinking of an Italian kitchen, you think of it like this humongous kitchen that seats like 12 people and, you know, these giant stoves. But actually, most of the traditional homes in, well, heck, even some of the newer homes, the kitchens are very small for a very specific reason. In the summertime, you don't want your whole house getting hot. Most of the homes here in Italy don't have air conditioning, and it's not because they can't afford it. They truly hate air conditioning. Like, I can't tell you how many times I have had an Italian tell me that every single illness, sniffle, sneeze, cough, backache is due to air conditioning. They will say, oh, you must have slept with the air conditioning. Like, these people hate air conditioners. So in the summertime, the natural way to keep your house from being too hot in this heat is you will close the door to your kitchen and you will open the window and let all the heat go outside. So when you think about it from this way, it makes sense for their kitchens to be small, and all of their kitchens have a door or a way to be closed off. Next, the second reason why a lot of these kitchens are small is because in the historic homes, many families would live together in one building. And they would have one communal kitchen where they would all come down to eat together. Nowadays, most of these have been converted into garages, but some are still left the way they were, where you can go down and you can see the kitchen all arranged. And also, even as far as baking bread, each town would have their own like community oven. And even now over in, I believe, Puglia, you can still get the rings with the like family crest, your initials or whatever, and the wives would use these rings to press into the bread. So when you gave your bread to the local baker to, you know, heat up in the local ovens, you could come back and point out and say, okay, that's my loaf because it has my family crest on it. So this area over by the window has the most space in my kitchen, and you're probably thinking that would be the great place to put your altar. Well, if I was a kitchen witch, maybe, but this is the only place that I have that I can actually prep food and stuff. So I don't want to take this up. Whenever you put an altar somewhere, you want to keep from having to move it too much. And if I was to put it here by the window, I would constantly be having to move it every single time I wanted to bake. So this is not a good spot. Let's try the other side. So you see on this side of my kitchen is a gigantic microwave, and it takes up all of the counter space over here. But I can use that to my advantage because this is also an area that doesn't get touched. And you probably have the same if you have a microwave that sits on the counter where you have all this space on top that just collects junk. So I'm actually going to turn this into my altar space. But a note of warning whenever you're working on your microwave is there is going to be vents. You don't want to block your vents. The airflow needs to come out. And secondly, I'm going to be on the safe side and I don't want to put anything metal or metallic on top. If there's anything that you're unsure about, I would suggest putting wood or silicone underneath it. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a wood cutting board underneath mine just to be on the safe side to protect it. Everyone's magical practice looks different, so you're welcome to put whatever you want onto your altar. You can put figurines or crystals or lots of candles. For me, I want to keep this one very simple and easy to maintain. And of course, one of the most common things to see on a kitchen witch altar is your kitchen grimoire, also known as your recipe book. The first time I visited Prague, I saw this cute little house. It's made to hold a tea light or incense. And since I've kind of picked up a little bit of a collection, each one getting larger than the last, and the giant one actually came from the Baltics. They were all so large that I couldn't utilize any of them in this space, but luckily I found one out in Naples from a local artisan that fit just right. Now this will be my official incense burner for my kitchen. Isn't it cute with the little mushrooms and everything? This little house was the starting point for my idea of a little kitchen village in my kitchen. Now, of course, we need a kitchen witch. If you follow me on Instagram, then you probably saw when I made this little kitchen witch not too long ago. I was looking for a kitchen witch for my kitchen, but they were all either cloth or looked too scary or were hanging, and I wanted more of a grandmotherly vibe. So I got some inspiration from these Baba Yaga salt and pepper shakers and made my own out of paper clay. Then I remembered I had this cute little paprika holder that I got in Budapest, and it looks like a cauldron, so I thought it would be perfect for my little witch to signify the element of water. And once I run out of the paprika, I plan on putting salt in it. Here in Italy, strung peppers are both good luck, and they also ward against evil curses and the malocchio. So of course I tried to hang one right next to my kitchen altar. We're getting close. Our little witch has a house and a cauldron, but she's missing something. Yeah, the hearth. She needs fire. So I'm just going to put this little candle right here. And here's the final look of my kitchen witch altar. I hope this has inspired you and shown you that you don't have to have a very complicated altar. Sometimes it's just what feels good in your heart. After all, that's what comes from your kitchen. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to give a like and subscribe so you can see more. Love you. Bye.